All righty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. I'm Michelle Stuchel, Sapphire Ambassador, and I am really excited to talk to you tonight about systems. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Share, and let's get this. Exit, and we'll get started. Click exit. Okay. Let's see, systems, your best friend, present. All righty. Systems, our best friend. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to do. Let me go back to my systems. Exit. Present. Okay, systems are your best friend. I'm so excited. Remember in our call, our book study, Atomic Habits, I want to read to you this quote by James Clear. He said this, he said, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your goal is your desired outcome. Your system is the collection of daily habits that will get you there. This year, spend less time focusing on your outcomes and more time focusing on the habits that precede the result." Can I get an amen? This is so incredible because this is all about what we're talking about. So what is a system, right? He says to focus on the level of your system. So what does that mean? Okay. A system is a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. This is the structure, the framework of what we are doing, okay? A system is the scaffolding on which you are building your house. It helps you get from where you want to be, from where you currently are to where you want to be, okay? Now, systems can be individualized. They bring consistency. They help you be more effective. They help build, in our business, residual income. They can be duplicated, and they allow you the freedom to focus on the most important tasks. Okay, Burger King makes the best hamburgers in the world, said no one ever. But Burger King is one of the most successful franchises on the globe. Why? Because of their systems. People buy Burger King franchises not because of the great food, but because they have proven systems when followed that will yield a proven result. Same with McDonald's, same with Pizza Hut, same with any franchise. What you are buying is a system. And if you follow those proven systems, you will get the desired results, okay? That's what a system can do for you. Systems bring consistency, growth, effectiveness, progress, and freedom. Because as you have the roadmap for what you need to be doing, it allows your brain the freedom to focus on the most important things, the conversations, the analyzing, growth topics. Systems, you remember in Atomic Habits when James Clear talked about automation and he said, whatever you can automate, you should, because everything you think about occupies space in your brain. And if you automate, you're allowing your brain the freedom and space to think about what's most important. Systems do the same thing. As I have a system in place for meal planning, I don't have to come to, 5 o'clock on a Monday thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to cook? And then go into a frenzy. I don't have to, when I have a system for recruiting, I don't take 10 hours and have tons of stress trying to figure out who to reach out to. I simply follow the prescribed system and the prescribed steps to get where I want to go. And if I follow the systems, it brings me freedom, results, and it allows me to spend my precious brain space thinking about what's most important. Okay, implementing systems. How do we do this? Well, here's the thing. You must slow down to speed up. Systems take time to implement. Have any of you tried to implement Doe or Teamsy? It takes time, right? Have any of you tried to implement a chore chart or a chore system with your kids? It takes time to figure out, what do they have to do? What's the rotation? What are the rewards? What are the consequences? And then it takes time to teach your children the chores and how do they do it? It takes time to implement. But what happens is it will enable you in the short term. It feels slow and it can take some time. But in the long run, it allows you to go faster. And the way you need to look at it is systems are an investment in your future. Okay, look at this road. This is a picture of River Street in downtown Savannah. Okay, and a couple weeks ago, I took my daughter to go get a haircut. And the GPS took us on River Street. And this is a cobblestone road, okay? And do you see there's a trolley tracks there? On this road, we had somebody in front of us going like 5 miles an hour. And it was the most painful 15 minutes of my life going 5 miles an hour on this road. But if any of you have driven on River Street or driven on a cobblestone road, you know you can't just drive at normal speeds. Most of the time when we're on River Street, we're driving 10, 15 miles an hour. 20 feels like you're going to explode because you're bumping so fast, right? But what is the Autobahn? What is your highway? What is the road outside in, going downtown? Those are smooth roads. And when you're on a smooth road, you can go very fast. If you try to rollerblade or roller skate on these cobblestones, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you roller skate on a smooth road, you can go fast. You have to slow down to make it smooth, but smooth is eventually faster. Okay, John Maxwell said this in his fabulous book, Developing the Leader Within. President Harry S. Truman said, "In reading the lives of great men, I have found that the first victory they won was over themselves. Self-discipline with all of them came first." I forgot the end. That is true, not just of great achievers, but also of effective leaders. Good leaders practice self-control before they try to engage others. Self-discipline comes before leadership success. It is the price of leadership. Now, why do I put this in here on a call about systems? And let me back up. The way to go smooth, to slow down, is to implement systems so that you can speed up, right? And the very first aspect of your life that we want to talk about systems for is you. You need to have systems for you. These are some of the things that I look at in my life for systems for me. Okay, I'm the mom. So guess what? This is my domain. We have systems. Do you have a system for things like meal planning, chores for your kids, relationship building, like when you spend time with your kids, when you spend time with your husband? What about a system for your health? Like, do you have a nutrition plan? What about your spiritual growth? What about working out and exercise? All of these things make a difference. And when we're talking about systems, what we're really talking about is intentionality and planning, right? That's what this is. It's building your house, building the framework and the foundation so that you can build the solid structure on top, right? So And then your business. What about the system for your business? Do you have time blocks? Do you have set times where you're going to be doing your IPA? What about your social media content and your stories? What about your professional development? What about your personal development and that of your time? Now, listen, we're going to be going through a lot of these areas. And some of you right now are like, oh my gosh, there's so much. That is what I don't want you to think that. What I want you to think of is progress. Do you remember Atomic Habits? I'm going to be referring to this book a lot. I don't want you to have to go from 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. I want you to get 1% better every day. 1% better. So at the end of this call, I'm going to ask you what's one area of your business and one area of your life that you're going to implement a system in. Because don't feel like you have to change everything at once. We want to get 1% better every single day. And what I'm laying before you is a buffet, and you get to pick and choose what you want that will make you the most effective. And it starts with you. It always starts with you. You cannot lead somewhere you have not gone, right? It's the law of the lid. If you're at a 5, you can't take someone to a 7, but you can take them to a 4. So what do your systems look like for you? I'm telling you, my meal planning system changed my life. On Sunday, I plan out my meals. I plan out my grocery list. I pick up on Mondays from Kroger, and it's done. I know exactly what we're eating, when we're eating it. And that is a system that has brought freedom. So I don't have to think about meals. I can think about my children and what they're going through. Chores. We've done different. I'm actually in the middle of creating our system for the summer because we're about to embark on a new season, right? And we're going to be having zones where each day one of the girls will have a zone, and each zone has different tasks to do: dusting, vacuuming, age appropriate, of course, because what my 6-year-old can do, she can't do as much as my 15-year-old, but that's a system. So the house gets cleaned, the kids are learning responsibility, and it's a system to keep them accountable and keep them working. Okay. And your business, time blocks. Do you have a routine, or are you just fitting things in where they can and living in a perpetual state of overwhelm? Because that's what happens. When you have system, you have peace. When you don't have a system, do you know what happens? It is overwhelm. Whoops. It is overwhelm. It is stress. It is always being reactive instead of being proactive. When you have a system, you are telling your time where to go instead of being on this crazy wave of the day and in constant state of reaction. I know, because I lived like that for far too long. So do you want to be proactive, or do you want to be reactive and always living in that state of overwhelm and stress because you haven't taken the time to plan, right? Okay, now in terms of your business, there are a couple tools I want to talk about, because each one of these aspects, time blocks, IPA, social media, team development, and growth, we have tools. Listen, nothing that I'm sharing tonight is new. All of this is in our Facebook page and Freedom Team in the guides. And we've been over it before. I just wanted to package it in a way where you could see what's available for you to use to make your business and life more successful. Okay, so in terms of social media, see here is a weekly posting planner. Some of you, like I know Leah Shea, plans out her social media content at the beginning of the week. So she doesn't have to come to Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. in a frenzy wondering what in the world to post. And I like this planner because it talks about your wall, your stories, if you do reels, and any other notes. You could literally do this on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday for the next week and plan out your social media. Here is the time block sheet that April put together in our Gold Mastermind class that we did. Some people use a digital calendar. Some people have cute planners I did for years. I used plum paper, and now I use my Remarkable. The key is to use something to prioritize your life and build in your values and priorities, because time management is a myth. You have to plan and tell your time where to go. Just like your money. Money doesn't just come and go. Money goes where you tell it to go. And if you don't tell it to go somewhere, guess what? It's going to fly somewhere. Okay, your business. Did you know that our leaders have created systems for growth? You're in the middle of it right now. You're in a system for training, because Monday night we have training, right? This is a system, and our system for growth as well. It's both system for growth and training every Thursday night in a book study. Thank you so much for creating this, Brittany. Okay, so let's talk about our skills, right? There's only 4 pillars that you need to master in this business to be successful. And the first one is recruiting. And everything that I'm going to be talking about are in the guides. Again, recruiting is guide number 5 in Freedom Team. And there's 2 aspects of recruiting, right? Now, I'm not going to be getting into the mechanics of how to recruit or how to retain or how to duplicate or how to lead. I'm simply going to be telling you the systems that are available to you. And because you are a business owner, you have the ability and responsibility to learn these skills yourself and build your own business. But the 2 aspects of recruiting that you need to have a system for is, number 1, new reach outs. And I am telling you, I spent so much time. I've got this picture in my head for like the first year and a half. I would sit at my desk in the kitchen and I would just think, who am I going to reach out to? Who am I going to reach out to? Do you have any idea how much stress that put on me? Just that question of a who am I going to reach out to? And sometimes I would sit there for an hour trying to think of who I was supposed to reach out to. And you know what? I have an automated system now. It's called Doe. Say Lee Snyder uses Teamsy. I think Leah Shea and Marlene do too. But you know what? That is a system. And it took time to set up, a lot of time for me, because I had been doing this for several years before I got it going. But I took the time to set up Doe. And you know where I find my new reach outs now? I open my app and I can tell it how many people I want my goal is to reach out to every day. And then it literally tells me, reach out to these people. There's no thinking. There's no guesswork. It tells me who to reach out to. I do it and I'm done. It is fabulous. So whether you want Doe, Teamsy, or you print out your Facebook friends list and go alphabetically, the only jank with that is that you have to remember to add your new friends. Well, same thing with Doe. You have to add your new friends to the system, okay? Now, the second part of recruiting is follow-ups, right? And if you want to know how to follow up with people, you need to watch Christina's video, Why People Quit in Network Marketing, Following Up and Handling Objections. In that call, she literally hands you a system of follow-up. She literally gives you 10 to 12 messages that you can send to people over a year. You're welcome. You can put those scripts in Doe or Teamsy, and you've just been handed $1 million ticket for how to follow up with people. Now, I take it a little bit differently. I will send 2 Plexus messages and then 1 personal connect message. I will not let more than 2 Plexus messages go by without connecting on a personal front. And I also engage on their posts. You can never underestimate the value and the importance of connection, because we are in a people helping people business. But that's your system. You talk to new people about Plexus and you follow up with people about Plexus. And you can even schedule those follow-ups in Doe or Teamsy or an Excel spreadsheet. That's your recruiting system. Okay. Oh, whoops. Retention, guide number 4. Your best marketing piece are always going to be your raving fans, right? The people that are loving their products. We have a system for retention. It's called Customer Care and Retention Guide in Freedom Team, guide number 4. I think it was Brooke Hemingway that developed this system. We used to have a 4-touch method, and we found that it really just didn't provide the level of excellent customer service that we wanted. So we adopted her and tweaked her 10 touches within the first 30-day system. And then Abby, I think it was within the past 6 weeks, she trained on it. Her video is called Go Out and Keep Your People by Abby Taylor. And it was an excellent, excellent, excellent training on how to follow up with your people. I'm looking at my screen. And here's the deal. You can do this, you plug and play. She literally tells you what to say, what day. She literally tells you what to say on what day. Day 1, day 2, day 4, day 5, day 8, day 11, day 14. And you use that to take excellent care of your people. And whether you're a digital person or a paper person, just find the system that works for you. Remember, this is individualized. Some people like to keep it all in dough. If I put my retention in dough, it would make me want to shoot myself and throw my phone down the toilet. I much prefer keeping my retention on a paper calendar. And I've got a video on that in Freedom Team. Look up retention calendar, Michelle, and you'll find it. That works for me. Find what works for you. And I'm telling you, if you're not following a retention system, this is what's going to happen. You're going to think, man, I am crushing this. This is so great. I talked to this person 2 days ago. And then you're going to go into your messages and you're going to realize it's been 10 days since you followed up with them. That's happened to me more times than I can count. Use the system. It takes away the guesswork and it brings you freedom, knowing that you're taking excellent care of your people. Okay, duplication. This is so exciting. Guides 3 and 9. And you're thinking, what? A system for duplication? Yes, 100%. I guess I should say it this way, systems, okay? Number 1, what to do with a new join. The document and call that Emily Haas made. It tells you, you print out that sheet and it tells you exactly what to do. You add them to the team page, you schedule the welcome call. And on that welcome call, you ask the magic question. That is a system. And then from there, you determine which bucket they fall into. Watch Christina's video series on determining which bucket they fall into, and then use the flow chart. Guess what? That flow chart is a system, because it tells you exactly what to do with your people based on their responses to you and that magic question. And then you use the process, if they're not ready or the timing is not right, you use the process of casting vision. Again, Christina has a video on this, and she did a great video, an excellent video today. For Rebecca Folk's team about duplication and summarizes a lot about this. But that is a system. And then you plug and play. Do you remember that visual tracking? How do you do this? The system is that you schedule the follow-ups in Doe, Teamsy, or your spreadsheet, and you use visual trackers. That system brings freedom, because I open my little sheet, I open my folder, and I say, wow, I've only followed up with her 2 times. I better reach out to her. This is a system. Now, here's another aspect of duplication that can be systematized. When somebody is open to sharing, even if it's with their friends and family, I want to talk about events. Abby did a great call several months ago about messenger chat parties. Maybe somebody is open to doing a Facebook launch party or an in-person sip and see. Or you do a product Zoom where you invite people to. You can have these regularly and invite your people and use this as a standing follow-up tool, and that creates a system. Let me share with you what my team is doing. Some of you may have seen graphics or some of our team posting about our Facebook Live events, Yplexus. So this was not my idea. I can't take credit for any of this, but every Thursday at 8 o'clock, we have created a Facebook group called Why Plexus Living Free. And every Thursday night, exactly at 8 o'clock, someone's going to go live for 10 to 11 minutes. And we share our story and we highlight products, and the recording will stay up through Sunday or Monday. People are allowed and encouraged to bring their friends and family. We invite all of our new joins. And because it's only 10 minutes, what we have done is we've taken away the stigma of starting a business. We've made it incredibly simple. Everybody has 10 minutes and everybody wants their family and friends to feel good. And so we've taken away the barriers to sharing and starting a business and made it easy for people to share. We invite all of our new joins, we invite our happy product users, and then we encourage them to be inviting their friends and family. And we are starting to see the ripple effect, and people are getting super excited to be sharing and to see their friends feel as good as they're feeling, and to earn $460 this month. We give an Amazon gift card away each week, and it's, if done right, it will create momentum. But here's the thing: systems are only as good as the extent to which they are used. If it stops with me inviting my people, if my new product users aren't inviting their people, and if my team isn't inviting their people, it will fall flat, just like any system. You can set up Doe, you can set up Teamsy, you can do 10 touch on your calendar, but unless you use it, it will not create progress. But if you use it, it has the potential to create freedom, efficiency, growth, and massive momentum. So this is one way that we are systematizing duplication. And then from out of there, it's a breeding ground for leadership. So that's duplication. And here's a picture of our vision casting board. You can write your business builders in and you check off how many times you've cast vision. A lot of people say 8 to 12. I tend to think that it's more, because you're asking someone to invest not only like $120, but you're asking them to invest their reputation, their life, their time, and an investment of themselves in a business. But this will help you systematize how many times to talk to people. Okay. Leadership, guide 11. How in the world do you systematize leadership? Well, you can to an extent, and some of you have been a part of that. We've done weekly accountability calls. We've done coaching calls. Remember when we did rank specific coaching, gold coaching, ruby coaching, jewel coaching? And now my team is going to be doing a combined system of both. And I did not develop this. Again, we are going to be implementing, and team, you're going to hear about this soon, accountability calls again, but these calls are not just accountability. This is going to be a system where I'm going to be coaching people one-on-one once a month. And then our calls, our accountability calls, will be a combination of 5 minutes of reporting numbers, 5 minutes of someone sharing a win, about 15 minutes of coaching through someone's challenge, and then 20 minutes of training. And through this system of week after week after week about this, through this system, we are going to be learning from each other, holding each other accountable, and raising up leaders that will then raise up leaders. So coaching, what weekly accountability calls, all of these are a system that you can duplicate to develop leaders. So my question to you, what systems do you need to implement personally and in your business? I want you to think about that after this call and write some things down. What's one area that you need to focus on to implement a system, and what is one action step that you will take to implement that system? You've heard Brittany talk about the slight edge and how obsessed she is. And I got the book and I started it this weekend, and I'm already at the 3rd chapter. And Jeff Olson says this: Do the thing and you shall have the power. And call that thing the system. And this is how Jesus said it. Blessed are you if you do it. Listen, people, more knowledge is not what we need. What we need is to put into practice what we know. And systems are the way to do it. Thanks, everybody. I hope you were given something that will encourage you and cause you to grow. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all later.